Hi everyone, Matt here with the Relief Valve Podcast. This will be a little bit of a long video, so bear with me. Over the past couple of days, I've just been trying to put all my thoughts together with all of the attacks. So far you've got the you've got the terror attack in New Orleans from old Jim Bob Assad, fucking Al Qaeda over there, with the ISIS flag, who ran people down. You had the Cybertruck in Las Vegas. It blew up in front of the Trump Hotel. The FBI is trying not to say that it was a terrorist attack. It was. The guy died inside the car. That's the one death. Was the other soldier that served with old Jimmy Bob there in New Orleans. This was a multi-phase attack, and he had other people with him that planted IUDs in New Orleans. And the authorities and the FBI, they found him. They deactivated him. So lucky with the Tesla, the Cybertruck, he had I posted the pictures of this. He had explosives in the back of the explosive items in the back. He had fireworks. It was like a propane tank. It was, some other things, and he had he lit them up or damaged them so they would go get the car going. And my guess is he was hoping those batteries would go with the car when it went, and it would be a massive explosion in front of the building. That's my thought on that. That failed. The Cybertruck kind of held everything in like a bag of popcorn and just blew his dumb ass up. And kind of, it did blow outward a little bit, but it could have been a lot worse if it had really gone up. So luckily it didn't. So maybe a good feature for a Cybertruck. I don't know safety wise if it traps you in there and then blows you up, or that it doesn't blow up others. We can debate that another day. But here's the interesting thing about all these guys. All these guys are Democrats. And all of these guys have donated to Act Blue, which is the primary crowdsourcing fundraising option that the DNC has, Democratic Party. On the Republican side, the Republicans have Win Red. I've donated to that before, and to help Trump. And the Democratic Party has the Vote Blue. Every single one of these assassins has been a Democrat and has been someone that's donated to Act Blue. And I'm not just talking about these guys. All right, the shooter in Pennsylvania, the kid donated to Act Blue, gave about $15. The shooter at Trump's National Golf Course at Mar-a-Lago also donated a couple of times to Act Blue. Now come to the assassin here in New Orleans, Democrat who donated to Act Blue. And it wouldn't surprise me at all. Now, how do I know this? They legally have to keep records of all the donations that come in. I'll post it later. There's already proof that this guy has donated and a denomination that he donated. One of them was at least $15. I don't know if he did more. The guy in the Cybertruck, we're still waiting to hear about that. Maybe he did the same thing. So what's my point? My point is they're all Democrats. They all vote on and donate to the Democratic Party. They're all radicalized to hate this country and to attack not only Trump or a Republican in general, but to attack innocent people out on the street living their lives just to cause and sow fear. They're all radicalized Democrats, and there's all proof. You don't believe in the Democratic Party, you don't you don't donate to Act Blue. So, for me, the Democrats really need to have their feet held to the fire. They need to have some questions to answer, because all the legacy media is mostly Democrat. They call Republicans and MAGA bad and dangerous and Nazis. The Democratic Party themselves all do the exact same thing. Anyone that's a proxy for them all does the exact same thing. They've radicalized their base, and they've just turned them into absolutely, they're already mentally ill to even consider actions like this to begin with, first of all. But secondly, they've radicalized all these guys, and they've turned them into essentially sleeper cells, right? They get to one point, that one trigger, whatever it is in their life, where things have gone too far, or they've had enough, or what have you, and they decide to take on a horrible event like what you've seen in Las Vegas, what you've seen in New Orleans. There was just recently another attack again in New York City. A nightclub has been shot up, and I'm waiting for more information on that. I just saw that this morning. So all of these guys seem to be conservatives and Republicans are supposed to be the bad guys. We're supposed to be Looney Tunes that are all going to get together in our militia and we're all going to do bad things. And the Democrats are all radical, insane, turning into radical, insane assassins that are taking action against just the innocent general public, and then trying to go after Trump as well. The Democratic Party needs to answer for this. The blood is on their hands. This guy might not have been an illegal. He was an American citizen, and so wasn't the other guy in the Cybertruck. But think about who else Joe Biden and the Democratic Party has let into this country now with the open border, which they claimed wasn't open, but yes, it was. And how many more actual terrorists from other countries? I say these Americans were radicalized. How? We have to dig deeper in it. Were they talking to an ISIS cell? Were they talking to an illegal, an agent that got into the country and then communicating with them here now? Or did they travel overseas and have, aside from their military service, did they travel overseas and did they interact with anybody while they were there? That's all additional questions that could be answered that what pushed them to this final thing. But the fact is, it's all Democrats, it's all Democratic donors, and they all hate America, hate Trump, and hate all of us and want to hurt innocent people. I mean, that's just a fact of the matter. You can't argue it. They are Democrats. The records show they donated to Act Blue, and they all ended up being terrorists. Pretty much all of them, except the Cybertruck guy, and we're still waiting on that. Democrats need to be held responsible for this. Democrats hate America. They hate you and I. They want to change it so severely that, they want to turn America into a Mad Max video. It'll be unrecognizable by the time they're done. They don't believe in law and order. They don't believe in keeping people safe. They believe in letting criminals run roughshod across the whole country and hurt, rape, and kill innocent tax-paying citizens. And they don't do anything about it. On the contrary, they actually argue for how we should be more understanding of the criminal that did horrible things. You saw Dementia Joe commuted the death sentences of hundreds of death row inmates, and all of their crimes that I've kind of gone through range from raping very young girls to young women to murdering people, murdering families. Now he's given them life without parole, all on the taxpayer dollar. I mean, how many more signs do you have to see of what the Democratic Party truly is and the people that participate in it, that are part of it? How much more do you have to see of what these people are? They're potential terrorists just walking around that could blow at any time because they're mentally ill. They're already on the fringe. They're already barely hanging on. And then one more thing has to happen, like Trump getting in, and then them actually believing that there's a Nazi running the country now. And that's it. You've teetered them over the edge. And the Democratic left-wing media and the Democratic Party is responsible for all this. The blood is on their hands. The blood is on Joe Biden's hands and his corrupt regime. And people need to speak up, get involved, and do more, because they need to be outed for this, and they need to be held responsible for these actions. All right, and I'm going to end this video here. In the second video I'm going to do, we're going to talk a little bit about MK Ultra, because I've seen people bringing it up. Thanks, everyone. Like, share, support, and subscribe to the show. And I appreciate all the support we're getting. We're back here on TikTok as well, because the show got kicked off a while ago. We had 1,000 people when I on at the time, and they shut me down. I'm hoping to work my way there again. So, and then we're on YouTube, Relief Valve Podcast. Rumble as Matt Ventilator at Relief Valve Podcast as well. Just look for the icon. All right, thanks everyone.